wish the notification went out. I didn't hear it come to none of my phones. Let me see. No, they come on phone. Hey, lady, what's going on? Did you get the notification, or you just happen to be on YouTube already? Cause I don't think the notification went out. Or maybe some of y'all got it, and some of y'all didn't. Or it's gonna come out late. So, did you get the notification, or were you already on YouTube? And let me know you can hear me too. You got the notification? All right, cool. What up, Ron? Ron with the big guns. What up, bro? Hey, Brit Spice Light, what's going on? What's going on? Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. And guys, we're going to try this story again. Y'all know lately I've been having problems with this damn thing, and we're going to try this again and see if I can get through it today. You know, because I don't know what's going on with this damn thing. And that's supposed to have went live last night, but it was still messing up last night. So we're going to try this again today. And hopefully we can do it today. Stand up or what it do. Good afternoon to you. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. So can everybody hear me? Everybody see me good? How's the video look? Is the video straight? Is the choppy? Was the audio choppy? Is everything good? And I can tell the notification going out late because people slowly coming in. So how's the video looking? Well, see, that's the thing, lady. I check my Wi-Fi before I even go live pretty much every time, and then the Wi-Fi is fine. So my Wi-Fi is fine. So I don't know, but then again, you know, maybe it is in and out because we are having heavy snow down here. You know, Tennessee, we have a heavy snow down here, so maybe that's making it jumpy like that. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, stand up, say everything sounds good. I'll say, all right, cool. Let me see what I can do while we still good right now. All right, guys. So yesterday I tried to do this story, and a lot of us know about this story now. At least probably everybody know about this story about the lady who was found in a suitcase by the name of Brittany. What's her name? Brittany Smith. Brittany Smith, and her body was found in a suitcase. And these the two people who's been accused of doing it. And let me see if I still got this pulled up about them too, because when it mess up like that, I had to go back and find everything again. The guy name is Thomas. He's 37 years old, and the lady name is Emily, whoever the fuck it is, Emily Grace, and she's 24 years old. And these are the two perpetrators who killed this lady and stuffed her body in a suitcase. They were found by a river, that they say. I haven't looked up an update to see what's the reason why they did it. So maybe we will find out why they did it when I continue with this story. So without further ado, let's try this again, and let's keep y'all up to what's going on. Let's listen to some news clips. And as always, I give my take, and I see what y'all say. Y'all give y'all take about everything, and we see we can make sense of what's going on here. All right, let's have a listen.
Now, breaking news from CBS 17 News.
We are following two breaking stories tonight. The shooting death of a UPS driver. But first, new at 11, new information from the Wake County Sheriff on the woman's body found in a suitcase in Wendell. CBS 17's Amy Cutler just talked to the sheriff. So, Amy, what do we know tonight?
Well, Angela, they have confirmed at this point, the sheriff has confirmed that the body found was that of the missing pregnant woman, Brittany Smith. We also know that they have arrested a couple in connection with this. They are now being processed at the Wake County Detention Center. The sheriff saying that they were taken into custody during a traffic stop. We want to get right to those mugshots now. These are the two suspects that have been arrested. They've been identified as 37-year-old Thomas Johnson and his girlfriend, 24-year-old Emily Trevathan. The sheriff wouldn't say how the suspects knew the victim, Brittany Smith. We know Smith, who was pregnant, was reported missing Friday. She was last seen Thursday. Investigators say she died from strangulation and somehow a motel room was involved. Smith's body found stuffed in a suitcase found near the shoreline of the Neuse River in Raleigh on Monday. Authorities suspected it was likely Smith, but now we have confirmation. Investigators working this case round the clock.
Through numerous interviews and search warrants, investigators have obtained an probable cause to get these warrants. We have just finished interviewing both of them, and they are currently being processed out at the Wake County Detention Center as we speak.
Very emotional. Imagine that. As a young person, young lady, regardless of what type of life, how life is for any of us. You know, no one deserves to have their life taken.
Now, these suspects will be charged, the sheriff says, with murder, murder of an unborn child, and concealment of a body. The sheriff saying that his thoughts and prayers are with Smith's family. Now, the specifics of this, the motive, the details, still investigators are being tight-lipped about this because they tell me the case, the investigation, remains ongoing. Live in Raleigh, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News.
All right, so we still up right now. Look like everything is good right now, so maybe it's gonna let me do this show. All right, what up, King guys? Jamisi, you gotta break down how to say your name. I think I mess up your name every time when I try to say it. But what's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. So, all right. Again, we tried to do this yesterday, and again, you know, this lady body was found in a suitcase, and these are the two corporates. They did it. Again, don't know no motive as to why they did it. Brittany Smith, she was 28 years old, and another thing they said about it, she was pregnant. So I think they charged them with not only with her death, but the death of the child that was in her stomach. You know, so how crazy is that? So now, and I'm gonna play to you later that the boyfriend, he comes out and say that Brittany had a secret life that he knew nothing about. You know, and I find it quite interesting. He said she had a secret life, and we're going to see what that secret life is about. But ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. And then the family has spoken out about this, and let's see what they had to say.
On February 9th, 2021, we received the tragic news that our loved one, Brittany Simone Smith, was brutally murdered and her body found in a suitcase near the Neuse River. Yesterday, we learned that our beautiful daughter, mother, granddaughter, sister, niece, cousin, and friend was snatched away from our lives and the lives of her innocent children. She is no longer with us to laugh, cry, dance, change, and become a woman of her full potential. Her baby did not get the opportunity to grow, love, play, and to get to know his brothers. Today, Brittany has become another number in the thousands of missing black women who are killed. Someone discarded Brittany Simone Smith and her baby like they did not matter, and we want justice for all the persons involved in the crime. We demand justice for Brittany Simone Smith because unfortunately she is unable to stand up for herself. Over 64,000 black women are missing in the United States, and the media rarely reports it. Unfortunately, our Brittany was one in that enormous number, and the news did not use this opportunity to spread awareness about her disappearance. We are thankful for the work that the Sheriff's Department has completed after the discovery of Brittany's body that led to the 2 suspects being found. We are thankful that once Brittany's body was located, that she became a priority and that they worked diligently to find the 2 suspects. However, we cannot say that our experience thus far has all been pleasant. The Sheriff's Office has not been cooperative and has failed to provide the family with the common decency of information. We had to learn the essential details from the news. We learned of her cause of death from the news. We learned about the gender of her baby from the news. I'm sorry. All of this information and more has been requested of the Sheriff's Department, and yet they let the public know more than us. We have not even received the autopsy report. This case has gained national attention, and we are here to let you know that this case is long from solved. The family has provided the Sheriff's Department with numerous tips, and we are requesting that all the tips be investigated to their fullest extent. We want all parties involved in this crime to be found and prosecuted. From accomplice to conspirator to murderer, we want justice. We have reason to believe that more than the 2 people are involved, and they all need to be found. Yes, we are outraged, and any decent person should understand. Brittany did not die of natural causes. Her body was found in a suitcase. Her baby, Aspen's life, choked out. We are filled with sadness and anger about it.
All right, that is credited to the News Observer. She was the lady who just spoke was the spokesperson for the family. And again, just say it all over. But I want to read some comments to y'all a little later, and I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about some of the comments I'm going to read, because the key word that we heard here is the family is outraged, and I guess they should be outraged. But people was questioning about their outrage, and I'll get to that in just a moment. As always, I got to hear what the conference of the police them said, and this is what they said right here. So let's have a listen. And let me apologize in advance if it sounds like I'm not being characteristic like I usually be. I'm just on eggshells right now. That this thing will start fucking up in a minute, so I'm paying attention to that, see what's gonna happen. But right now we're still running smooth. So, all right. So let's listen.
Take this off. Okay. Hey, good evening. Thank you all for coming out. On Monday, the Wake County Sheriff's Office opened a homicide investigation which was coming from what was originally a missing persons case, following the discovery of a bag that was found on the News River here in Raleigh with a body in it. On Monday, there were many questions obviously as to who the body was, who could have done that, and things of that nature, and we didn't have those answers, but today we do. After a lot of hard work from these folks that you're looking at behind me, Criminal Investigations Division, our Personal Crime Unit. There's just a few of those members who are here who have been actively working on this case. And this office is and always will be committed to finding persons that are responsible for these types of crimes, any type of crime, but particularly taking the life of another human being and bringing it to justice. So they've done just that, and Major Skylight is going to come up and kind of give a few more details in terms of the suspects involved.
So good evening. Numerous investigators started with this case Friday when it came in as a missing person case. Obviously, Monday morning, the path of the investigation changed to homicide investigation. This evening, investigators have arrested Thomas Johnson and Emily Trevathan during a traffic stop this afternoon on city limits of Raleigh. Johnson and Trevathan are charged with murder of an unborn child and concealment of a body. Through numerous interviews and search warrants, investigators have obtained a probable cause to get these warrants. We have just finished interviewing both of them, and they are currently being processed out at the Wake County Detention Center as we speak. There are still several interviews that need to be conducted, several canvases and other evidence that will need to be obtained, so the investigation is still ongoing, but that's where we are at this point.
What can you tell us about a possible motive in this case?
That's what we're still working on. We're trying to determine what that was. There'll be further interviews, and perhaps these people will provide us with that information. As of yet, has not been determined.
How were the suspects and victim, were they known to one another?
No, but we're still working on that too.
Sheriff, how much did the search of the property in Wendell aid in this investigation?
It was a part. We didn't find all we were looking for, but further search warrant that we did at a motel that's involved gave us kind of what some of the bits and pieces to the puzzle that led us to these two individuals.
There might be additional suspects as well. Are you looking for additional suspects tied to this case?
Could be, but we're pretty sure we've got the two that are mostly involved at this point.
And do you know the initial cause of death?
I believe the medical examiner says classified as a strangulation. Yeah.
Strangulation?
Yes.
Sheriff, you said the suspects were stopping at trying to stop.
Yes.
Were they trying to leave the area?
No, I wouldn't say we're trying to leave the area. I believe that, they were out moving around trying to figure out what to do with themselves. And a lot of this is what we're putting together from following the interviews and information that we've gathered. We didn't know if they were trying to get out of town, but the investigation, some of the tools and of this trade allowed us to be able to locate them moving around throughout the city and able to get them stopped and take them into custody.
What we heard from Brittany Smith was she was scanning by the Eastern Trail. These two connected to that area? They're scanning that area?
Well, no. We've got a little bit more that we're going to be able to provide you. We can't do it tonight, but the connection is going to be one that we're trying to make sure we confirm before we make it public. So I think I better just kind of hold on with that right now, so we can get where we need to be with this investigation.
Just to be clear, the remains found in
Sheriff, you were very clear earlier this week that who was responsible for this wouldn't be caught. You also stated that no one should be discarded like this. Baby involved as well. Run us through your thought process when you found out what happened.
Well, again, human being. And, reside in this county. It's just goes to show you here, folks, what the information we have who has been living in a tent. It doesn't matter. You're in this county and your life is just as precious as anyone else's. This office is going to do everything it can to determine and come to find out who took the life of another person. We don't have that right. It's against the law. And so our job is to go out and do all we can to find out who's responsible. And we take that very seriously. These folk behind it, they up all night and determined. We've been working round the clock. And just as I said out there that day, we're going to find them. It's just a matter of time.
Sure, she was witnessing last Thursday. Do you believe she was strangled to death last Thursday?
Well, the investigation has shown us many things. Perhaps not Thursday, but not too long after that. Yes, sir.
You mentioned a motel room.
Yes.
Tell me a little about how that was connected to things. Is that
So
where
again,
the-
that's the investigation. That's a part of an ongoing part of the investigation too. So, but again, it's just information following leads.
Is that where the suspects were staying, the motel room?
Could possibly have been.
And which motel are we talking about there?
I don't know if I want to disclose that at this point because we're actively working on it right now. We'll have more. We just want to, as I said, once we got more, that we wanted to let you know what we had, and we're going to continue to do that. But for the integrity of this investigation, I have to give you what I can, and until we get to that point where we can release it all.
Tell me, the fact that Brittany was pregnant, tell me, that must, kind of, it makes it's obviously a homicide investigation is hard for investigators, but tell me a little about that kind of emotional toll.
Well, it makes a double homicide. They're being charged with the baby as well. And it's very emotional. Imagine it. It's a young person, young lady, regardless of what type of life, how life is for any of us. No one deserves to have their life taken and for it to end the way this one ended. So, if you've got any compassion, humanity at all, it's going to make you feel a certain way. We're law enforcement officers, but we're human beings too. We're trained to deal with these things, but that's if you can't feel anything or have any sympathy behind this, then I don't know. It's hard to deal with, but we're trained to do that, and we're committed to doing it, and that's what we do.
How much of an impact does the time between when she was last seen and reported missing have on the investigation?
Well, again, we're still looking for a lot of it. Things start turning for us, investigation-wise, on Monday. We were following leads. The family was out there, and they were trying to look for her as well. But things kind of took a turn for us upon locating what we now know is her body.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, while that was playing, I actually was looking over on my other computer to see can I find if they got any updates yet. And as of right now, there's still no update to this story as of, the motive. That's what I want to know. What was the motive for all this? And how's everything connecting? And right now, even me, I'm stumped on that. I don't know what's the connection, what's the motive. Other than, you know, for what I researched, some about some drugs and, you know, and this, that, and the third. And I guess that's where it comes in to where we finna hear the boyfriend say something about that she had a private life. I'm guessing that he knew nothing about. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Oh, is it this one? And another thing, which made the story so crazy, the two people who did this, they was living in a tent. So again, you know, I'm not sure what is connecting all this together. How did she even cross paths with these folks for her to even end up in that situation that she ended up in? And I'm trying to remember, which one was it? Is it this? I think it's this one. Hold on.
So you want to start a company in the Triangle? Designed for new and emerging entrepreneurs and newcomers to the startup community, WRAL TechWire's Triangle Startup Guide is full of resources to fuel your success.
Woman and then leaving her body in the Neuse River will be in court. Brittany Smith, you see her here, was reported missing last weekend. Her body was found Monday. A man and a woman believed to be responsible are sitting in jail right now. WRL's Brittany is live at the detention center in the Breaking News Tracker with what he has learned about this couple in the past couple hours. Brett.
And Jeff, it's just been a very emotional week or so for Brittany Smith's family. And as her family grieves, those two suspects sit in jail here charged with her murder along with the murder of her unborn baby. Take a look at this. Sheriff Gerald Baker says Thomas Johnson and Emily Trevathan were arrested during a traffic stop. Overnight, I got a look at those arrest warrants. The documents have some new details about this case. According to the warrant, Smith was killed and put in a suitcase and then dumped into the Neuse River on Friday. Sky 5 video shows where deputies found that body on Monday. They also learned overnight that Smith was expecting a little boy. Sheriff Baker says there may be additional suspects in this case, but he says he's very confident in the two arrests that were made. Live in Raleigh, Brittany, WRAL News.
Trying to find the one where the boyfriend came out and spoke, and he was talking there like she had a private life. Is it this right here?
We begin tonight working to learn if a body found in a suitcase is that of a missing pregnant woman.
Okay, that's not it. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to find that one again. Look like I lost it somewhere because the boyfriend came out and was saying that she lived a private life that he didn't know nothing about. Okay, I found it. Here we go. I found it. All right, y'all. This is her boyfriend, right here, and he's gonna mention something about she had a private life and it was involving drugs, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he said he's a recovery drug addict too. So let's have a listen.
Well, we had to meet Cody Page here because he and Smith were struggling with homelessness. He says Smith lost herself to drugs, but she was an angel and did not deserve anything like this.
It's been 4 days since Cody Page's girlfriend and mother of his son Asher was found dead.
That woman was my heart and soul. She was my backbone. She was my answer to my question.
Today, Thomas Johnson and Emily Trevathan appeared in Wake County Court. Authorities say they killed Smith and her unborn child.
What do you think they did? How do you think this happened?
She had a secret life and she wouldn't keep me informed, but she was doing stuff that I didn't agree with.
Page says he saw text messages between Smith and Johnson, with Johnson saying he was going to pick Smith up. That was the last time Page saw her. Days later, Smith's body was found in a suitcase near the Neuse River. The heartbreak of losing Smith was worsened by the fact that he was questioned in her death, with many on social media initially pointing the finger at him.
I love that woman from the bottom of my heart and would never harm that woman. I never laid a finger on that woman a day in my life.
Page says he is currently recovering from his own addiction to drugs. He says processing the loss of Smith, a woman he was with for 7 years, is unbearable.
I actually feel physical pain because my other half is gone. I'm never going to be able to hug my baby again.
And I did just speak with the Smith side of the family. They told me what is out about this case is only half the story. We do know Trevathan and Johnson, the suspects in this case, will appear in court again next month. Deborah?
All right, so I wanted y'all to hear that, mainly for the people who are going to be listening later on, because I know the notification didn't go out. I could tell because ain't nobody how to hear it right now, but that's okay. Now, the last thing I want to do, I want to get to some of these comments that I saw on this Facebook page. And the people was questioning the outrage, and here's what some of the things they were saying. Like this person right here, they say they wonder why she wasn't living with her relatives since she was 6 months pregnant in the pandemic crisis. Condolences to the family. That's a good question. And this person right here says, this has been a concern when we read about stories like this. Why do these women have no place to live, but as soon as something happens like this, all of a sudden the family speaks out? Where were you then praying for her children? Okay. And that's the main comment right there that stood out to me right there. Did the family knew that she was out there homeless? And if they did anybody try to help her? And I'm sorry, I guess I got to be in somewhat kind of agreement with that. If y'all knew she was out there struggling and y'all knew she was out there with a dude who didn't have nothing to offer or anything to help her at all, and y'all knew this, why didn't anybody from the family who's outraged do anything to try to help the young lady again in this pandemic crisis? I would ask that too. Now, I'm not saying nobody did. Probably somebody did offer to help. Could be a possibility that she turned it down. I don't know. But that's a good question right there. Let's see. This person said, I got questions like, why did she get in the car with those people? Now, they try to make it like in the story at first, like I guess she didn't know these people or whatnot, but apparently she must knew something about them in order to feel comfortable enough to get in the car. Or again, could have been a drug deal that just went totally bad. I don't know. Then you got this person right here says squatting in her boyfriend's backyard. Did I read that right? Why not the house? Her family was okay with those conditions. I asked that too. If they knew it, was they okay with it? I have too many questions. May she rest in peace. Let's see, what else did they say right here? Maybe. Okay, those the one. Okay, that's all right now that I see, you know. So I want to get that out, close it out with that, you know, how some people seeing this story, but they are questioning, you know, if y'all knew this lady was in this situation, or did anybody try to help her or whatnot, you know. Yeah, Faith, a lot of y'all didn't get the notification, so that's why it's dead over here right now, you know, but I'm still gonna do the show because it's still going on, you know, so I'm gonna keep the show going, you know, but I know it's dead as fuck right now because the notifications did not go out to a lot of you, you know, and y'all pretty much just missed the whole show because I'm at the end of it right now, you know. Yeah, so hey Melissa, what's going on? What up, Bed? What's going on? Melissa, I didn't get a notification. I only hear now the comments were awful on the boyfriend page. Melissa, do me a favor, if you can give me a link to that. You can give me a link to his page or to that particular post. If there's a post on there, please email that to me. I would like to see what they were saying to him. I would love to see that. Hey, Bella, how you doing? Melissa, it's for the relatives sometimes when someone has addiction because they could be aggressive or something maybe. Yeah, that's why I say, you know, did they offer help and maybe she turned it down? It could be a possibility that she turned it down because maybe she didn't want to be a burden to the family. You know, I mean, even though people may be strung out or addicted, some of them do have a little small percentage of remorse and they don't want to be a burden to people, you know. But again, you know, look, check it out. Let me bring up something real quick. And I want y'all to tell me y'all agree with me about an analyst that I'm finna make. So let me show y'all something. I hope this is the right one that I'm finna bring up. Okay, that is. All right. Let's just take a look at this lady right here. And I'm sure we all can agree that this was an attractive woman. A very attractive woman. Pretty woman. Looked like she had her priorities in order. If you was to judge a book by its cover, you think she had her priorities in order. You know, look like she's a school girl. You know, she didn't probably want for nothing. And probably go so far to say that maybe she's a daddy girl. I don't know. If her dad is still living, I don't know. So if you look at her face on like this and see how pretty she is, would you even think that she's even homeless at all? If we want to judge a book by its cover, would you think that she's homeless at all? You know, then on top of that, again, judging the book by its cover, would you even think this girl doing anything that got to do with drugs, probably a little weed or something, but would you think that she would be heavily involved in any kind of drugs just by looking at the book by its cover? All right. The pictures look innocent, but of course the pictures can say some things, but in real life it says something totally different. But again, if you were to judge a book by its cover, you wouldn't even see none of this, what they saying about this story, especially about the secret life. Yeah, it would be hard for me to believe it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It'd be hard for me to believe that. And know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't, looking at, if you were to judge this girl by her cover, you would think she wouldn't be involved in that. And actually, you would think that she would pick better than what she had. Not shitting on the man because, shit happens, I don't know what's his situation, but he said he's recovering addict. I give him credit for that. But how he ended up homeless, I have no idea. I try not to shit on people like that, until I know what their situation is. Then I guess, get my take on that, Again, I put a post up probably last month sometime about a man who was sitting over there by the expressway, by the Getwell exit going on, off the expressway exit going on Getwell. And it was something about that man that made me want to help him. I had just bought this blueberry muffin and he said he needed food. I gave him the blueberry muffin and something in me just spoke to me, and I went to the gas station store nearby and bought a bag full of other shit, and I turned right back to where he was and gave him the bag of other stuff that I bought and gave it to him. And he seemed like he was happy, He didn't ask for no money. He really just wanted food. And, some of just made me give him food. So I don't know what his situation is either, But, again, going back to the reason why I'm bringing all that up, you would think, looking at her by her cover, she will want better than what position that she was in. All right? As a matter of fact, I said it to anybody, man or woman. You would think that if somebody in a situation like that, not necessarily say you want to judge their situation, but the thing is, we have intuition. All of us have intuition. And intuition would tell us that, no, I can't go down this road, dude or ma'am. And you ain't got nothing to bring to the table right now, then how can I bring you in my life? What can you bring to me? Now, there was a saying that I heard once upon a time. They say, what can two broke people do together? Well, I look at it like this. On the negative side, they probably can't do shit together. They probably can't. But on the positive side, if both of y'all put y'all minds together, and if you are tired in the spot that you are in, then you both can come together and make some stuff happen. Amen. You listen to the many stories we've heard of celebrities living out their car. They in a shitty situation. And look at them now. They came on up. So the two normal broke people that we don't know nothing about can come together. I think you can make something happen, but both of y'all have to be on the same page, and both of y'all gonna have to be on the same playing field if you want better. Because what grandma and granddad used to tell us, only you know when you tired. Amen. Only you know when you tired. So you tired of laying in the streets, you're gonna get your ass up and make something better. All right. If you're tired of drugs, you're gonna get up and get sober. If you're tired of seeing people having shit that you want and you can't have because you don't have the resources to get what everybody else have, then guess what? You're gonna change and get up and go get it. Amen. Amen. I'm not a rich person. I'm not gonna even say that I'm wealthy. But you best believe Chris Thorne's gonna keep a roof over his head. I done went back home to my mama for one day. One day. And she ain't had to worry about me to go back over there not now other day. Not tooting my horn or nothing. But I only had to go back to her for one damn day. And I haven't been back since. Haven't been back since. But again, I understand people may get in the pickle and they may have to go home for a while. But again, you have to think about this too. Just because you grown and you go back to mama house doesn't mean those rules don't still apply. All right? Because you are under her roof. His roof. You still got to abide by their rules. So, like the old saying goes, ain't nothing like having your own. Somebody give me an amen. Ain't nothing like having your own. So why would I want to go back and go stay with my mom when I'm used to have my own shit and try to stay with her for the rest of my living days? Hell no, I'm not finna do that. I go over there, stay as long as I need to. Find me another place. If everything is right, get my ass up at my mom's house and get back on my own shit. All right? Get out my mom's shit and go back and get my own shit. And I don't understand how a grown man or woman, I don't get it. How many of y'all that help some people and they say it's supposed to be temporary that they stand with you, but their temporary state turn into damn near forever. When I hear temporary, I'm thinking probably about, I say somewhere about 30 to 60 days. But after the 60 days and they still there, then you have to question, you know, what is your motives? You've been here for 60 days. What is your motives? All right? What is your motives? And I'm sure we all have been there. We did have somebody and they needed help temporary, but that temporary seemed like it took forever. Or it is forever because they still there. So what are you trying to do? And then that's the saddest part about it, that you have to tell that grown person, or you have to talk to them, ask them what they're trying to do, when you shouldn't have to say shit to them. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know, you know, so if this was a path that she chose to be with that man, I don't give a damn about he white or whatnot. I mean, you love. But if you came to him or however it happened, y'all got together and this man didn't have nothing to offer, then you know, how did you end up in this situation? As beautiful as you are, how you end up in this situation, you know? Living in tents and in backyards, if what they saying is true and all this other shit, you know, tents and backyard or whatnot, you know, you would think you would want more. You would think she wanted more. But again, all this is speculation. The story is still fresh. It's still fresh. We don't know what's really going on right now, but apparently she did know something about these people in order for her to be comfortable enough to get in the car with these people and for drugs and whatever the hell else that was going on. And, you know, it breaks my heart. It really does. Because every time I see a story like this, I think about my sister. And this could be a situation that she was in. But then again, I probably wouldn't even allow her to be in no situation like that, because you came way far for you to get with some dude who's going to take you down that road. And you know, you ain't never been down that road, because shit, I pretty much did your daddy's job. I was forced to do his job. So I'd be damned if I see you go down that road, let you sit up here staying out in tents and shit, you homeless and shit. No, we never went without. So I'd be damned if I let her go down that road with somebody who ain't got shit to offer. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I can't do it. And I'm not saying she gotta get with a rich dude either. But I just can't see her. What the hell is this damn thing over here doing? I just can't see myself letting my sister get with somebody who ain't got nothing to offer. A homeless person who ain't got shit to offer her. Alright? So that's all I'm saying. You know, what's really going on here? And I agree with what the people saying right here. If y'all knew her situation, if y'all know her like y'all claiming y'all do, then where is y'all at when this baby needed help? Alright? What up, Pretty Saucy? I mean, that's all I'm saying. Where was y'all at? But I'm trying to keep on top of this story, and maybe some stuff will come out later on about all of this, because everything's just so vague right now. Alright? Everything is vague right now. And everybody should know, man or woman, y'all should know y'all worth, man. Y'all should know y'all worth. Alright? And if it doesn't feel right, then 9 times out of 10, you probably need to listen to your gut and don't go down that path. I mean, it's okay to help out people here and there. It's okay. But every time you turn around, they need something, they need this and they need that. Hey, maybe you need to detach yourself from that person and that situation. And I'm going to leave it at that, y'all. I'm your man, Chris Thorns, and thank y'all for listening. For the people who going to listen later on, y'all tell me what y'all think about this, y'all agree with what I said at the end right here, or do y'all disagree? Which I don't say how you can disagree, but maybe some of y'all do feel different, I don't know, but I'm your man, Chris Thorns, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.